Next up is the study session regarding the Super Splash USA. And Kate Whiteley. Kate, thanks for coming out tonight. Katie, will you be talking a little bit about your role and responsibilities there at Super Splash as well?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Katie Langley, and I was the aquatic supervisor this year at Super Splash USA, and this was my assistant aquatic supervisor, Ali Buki, and we were asked tonight to kind of share how our summer went this past summer at Super Splash. So, can we begin?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll probably share the
This summer, we kind of debuted a few new programs. One of the things that we really did to try to boost up not only attendance, but also community involvement was our water aerobics program. What it basically was a program that was held on Monday and Wednesday mornings from 9 to 9:50. And it was just a great opportunity for people in the community to come on in, really get to use our amenities in a different way, as well as kind of bring a different group of patrons to the water park. Unfortunately, because we had kind of a late start, we didn't have the maximum attendance that we would like to, but hopefully, if we are open next summer, we'd like to continue to increase attendance and increase this program as the patrons that did attend really did enjoy the experience, and it was pretty popular with some of our, I guess you could say, older patrons.
Another thing we did this summer was obviously working anywhere employees want to be appreciated and they want to feel welcomed and that they're doing a good job. So we developed a Mondo Matey. If you guys do not know, Mondo is our mascot at Super Splash. He's the whale that you see everywhere. So we had a Mondo Matey of the Month program. Every 2 weeks we would recognize 2 lifeguards, 2 pool attendants, concession workers, and we would do some of our merchandise this summer that we did for promotions. They would get that. We would also do some social media posts to recognize them for how much we appreciated them. And obviously with the younger generation, social media is huge right now. And it's a great way to kind of push them and make them want to be successful throughout the whole summer.
These are just a couple, so these are some of our photos of some of our model mates. Again, as Katie previously stated, we had a lot of success with the program. We found that it encouraged our employees to really work harder and hopefully achieve this status. It was a really fun way to kind of really interact with our employees as well as motivate them to continue to push through the entire summer.
Another thing that we did this summer, which was really neat, is we actually had a marketing intern, and that helped out a lot for us that we were able to do the pool management side of it. And so what we did is we had a college student this past summer that was in marketing and graphic design, and so she was an intern at Super Splash. So that was an awesome opportunity to have an intern. So we did a big boost on social media. Obviously with social media, a lot of times it's free, so it's a great way to advertise Super Splash, what's going on. So we hit it hard with Instagram contests. Obviously with high school and middle school, Instagram is the thing right now. So we had weekly Instagram contests, and we would give out free passes for those that won for that week. And so here are a couple of our Instagram winners, and each week it was a different theme.
One of the great things about using Instagram and Facebook to publicize the water park is, as Katie said, it was free, and also it reaches a whole different, I guess you could say, market of individuals throughout the entire city. Not only are people in Braytown having access to these materials, but we're also reading patrons from Lee Summit, Independence, Overland Park. It's a really great way to get us out throughout the entire metropolitan area.
So with having our intern, she was able to do a lot of special events this summer and promotions. We also wanted to do some giving back to Raytown. So we're going to quickly go over some of the events we did this summer. We partnered up with REAP. Twice we did a canned food drive, twice with REAP, and then at the end of the summer we also did a backpack drive that we partnered up with REAP to donate to that organization. So here are some of the pictures with the staff. There's some of the graphic arts that our intern did that we would post on social media throughout the community.
One of our other pushes this summer was really to do events that would bring people to the pool, that make Super Splash a destination. The first one we did was our summer kickoff luau, and I think it was one of our most fun and most popular events. What we did at this is we had a designated time throughout the day, and from like 2 to 5 p.m., for example, or in this situation 2 to 4 p.m., different guests would come in, and we would have different games and activities going on throughout the entire park. It really got individuals excited about coming to Super Splash, as well as kind of showed all the different things we have to offer. We really tried to do things that engage the entire family, so we did things that the youngest patrons could enjoy, like handing out stickers and having fun music, to things that some of our older people could enjoy, like for Father's Day we did father-child or parent-child relays and stuff like that.
So another event we did at Super Splash was Father's Day. We ended up doing half-off admissions for dads. We also, one of the big giveaways we did was we did free Royals Family 4 pack tickets. So that was a great way to bring the families to Super Splash, and again, throughout the whole day we had different events. All the management staff dressed up in ties and...
Okay, and then another one of our events that was pretty popular was Superhero Weekend. And for Superhero Weekend, what we did, it's pretty self-explanatory, is we had a superhero-themed weekend full of fun events. We had a photo booth, we had games that were superhero-themed. Basically, what we did for these events was we found creative ways to give back to the community, because Super Splash is a community experience. So through these different games and different activities, we drew in patrons as well as showed them what Super Splash had to offer and what fun and exciting things we could do at the facility.
And then another event we did is we did a 4th of July event, so you can see our staff. It took us a while to spell out USA, but we did it.
And kind of going off of that photo, a lot of our staff really enjoyed these events, and it got them excited about coming to work. So when they found out we were having an event like Superhero Weekend, we had staff members asking if they could wear towels around their neck while they were handing out other lifeguards. We had staff members putting Mondo tattoos on their faces, kind of just getting into the spirit and getting into what Super Splash really has to offer.
Another activity we did was we sponsored a Missouri Care, which was a free event hosted by the healthcare group. We had 1,500 patrons that came to Super Splash for free for the time of 3 to 7, and working with Missouri Care, we've gone to other water parks throughout. Each year they go somewhere else, and they wrote us the nicest thank you note saying that it was the most well-organized staff. Everything just ran so smoothly, so that was always good to hear positive feedback from that. We're just going to go really quickly. Another activity we did, we tried to do 2 big ones a month, so we did a pirate weekend. So just very similar. Some pictures from that. And then we also, at the end, we did USA kind of Olympic type. And it was neat because we were able to reuse a lot of the stuff that we already had.
One of the new things that we really tried to push this year were Super Splash promotional materials. As Katie previously mentioned, we did give some of our promotional materials to lifeguards as incentives for winning Mondo Lady of the Month. Really popular and great ones that we had were the sunglasses and the beach balls. They're cheap and expensive, fun ways to kind of get the Super Splash USA name out there.
And I don't know how many times throughout the summer that I would see people at Price Chopper or whatever wearing the sunglasses with Super Splash USA on the side of it. So
this summer with social media, like we said, we really had a giant push, and we were very successful in our push. At the beginning of the season, we had 6 followers on Instagram. Towards the middle of the summer, we had 79 followers on, I apologize, on Twitter. Towards the summer, we had 79, and at the end of the season, our goal was over 100, and I believe we reached that. On Facebook, we made our goal. We ended up beating Adventure Oasis in likes on Facebook, which was our ultimate objective for the summer. And we really just kind of pushed to get the word out there.
the neat thing about Facebook is it shows you a lot of stuff about who's looking at your page, the growth. So you can see on this chart up here, starting on May, that was how many likes we had, and you can obviously see the growth throughout the summer, and that was not even right now. This was, I believe that was at the beginning of August, so you guys can see how many followers that we had. And Here are some reviews that people put on Facebook.
Just to kind of highlight some of them, from the top to the bottom, you can see that people are really enjoying everything that Super Splash has to offer. They're impressed with our staff. They're saying that their children are having a great time at our facility. They are really impressed with our swim lessons as well as the quality of instructors that we have at swim lessons. As you can see, that they found our instructors to be very professional and experienced, and overall we had a really successful summer with them.
Okay. We also did a survey, and I just picked 3 questions you kind of can see, and that's the thing that I would like to see with Super Splash is we need to get some more people in there. So that's kind of, you guys can see kind of the graph. I know it's kind of small numbers, but we did a graph kind of getting an idea. About 3% came daily during the time of our survey. About 8% came weekly, 25% monthly. You can see 15% yearly, and at that time there was 45% that it was their first visit. Here's another thing to look at. So if you guys kind of want to see where everyone's coming from, this is a graph that kind of breaks down the percentage of the different cities surrounding Raytown, and there's a chart to go along with that.
The third question we did was what draws you to Super Splash? And as you can see, there are a lot of different things that bring people to Super Splash. But one of the things that I think is really important that you also need to know when looking at this is the previous chart that shows the different groups of people from different areas. So Super Splash is also bringing people to the Raytown community. They're bringing their money here, they're spending their time here, which is really good in keeping our community alive. A lot of people are coming to Super Splash because of the proximity, the sun, the pools, how friendly and fun the environment ultimately is, as well as the amenities we do offer, like birthday parties and swim lessons. That is it.
Ms. Loki, and hey, I gotta tell you, you had a lot of excitement with what's going on. I'm sure that has that helped to why the attendance was up this year. So nice presentation, Ms. Loki. You should be very proud of your daughter. Questions for Katie?
Sir. Yeah.
I'd like, before we go, I'd like not to go beyond what, let's just talk about this because we also have a Super Splash issue on the agenda, so don't forget that as well, as we talk.
First off, I'm glad it's on the beach. The promotions you were discussing, I noticed that you had quite a few of them going on this year. Was anything you used with the newspapers or anything like that?
Yes, they, our intern would contact the newspapers. She also would print out those flyers you guys did see, and we would post them throughout the Raytown area at John's Apple Markets, Price Choppers, libraries, stuff like that.
Okay, that's good. It's great it's going on social media and everything else today, and you guys are doing great work. You really are, so that's all I want to say.
Mr. Lightfoot?
So my question was on the promotions as well, which looked awesome. That was a lot of great pushes. Did you track what type of increase or surge in attendance you would get when you would do one of those type of promotions?
We did not, and the one thing about obviously a pool in the summer, and that's the one thing we learned towards the end of the summer, is we would spend all this time on an activity, well, it might rain. So we pushed it into, instead of one day, we would do a weekend activity. And honestly, this summer wasn't, I can't remember how many days were past 100 to be completely honest with you. But people did get excited about them. We learned from it, so we learned to do weekend events instead of one day, because we didn't want to waste all that time and energy planning, and then it was a rain out and we had a really small crowd that day.
Well, I love the enthusiasm and the marketing techniques are pretty awesome. That's definitely well above what we've done to market it in the past. So good job.
Mr. Ernst?
Yeah, again, thanks for coming today and showing all these things that you showed to the park board. I'd just like to encourage all the aldermen up here to attend the park board meetings and as they make suggestions for Super Splash and for our Parks Department to go to those park board meetings. So it doesn't have to be relayed through a system. I think it would be great if you went there and they really are a nice and open group over there. I'm sure they would love to hear from all of you. I'd sure like to encourage that as being a good voice for all the ideas that usually come off of this meeting. But thank you for the great job. And, on a marketing budget of about $5, I think you did pretty good. So,
Being a school teacher, you learn learn how to make stuff out of trash.
You did very good.
Mr. Green,
Thank you. You like my bottle there?
it's better than the water bottle, yes, sir.
Works. I just, excuse me, I guess echoing everybody else, my biggest concern when I was asked to serve on the Super Splash committee that we formed a year ago was the fact that it seemed like that the marketing with it was stagnant, and you have made it come alive. It is very nice to see that we're doing all these activities, all these events, and that, excuse me, and that we're using social media to its max. Well, I won't say max. We're using social media to its potential, and that's huge. Especially we're saving money for the Super Splash, we're saving money for the parks, we're saving money for the city, and we're getting the maximum potential that we can get by basically free advertising through social media. So I just wanted to commend you ladies on that. Thanks.
The whole social media thing's catching on. I think it's really gonna come out good. Facebook, I mean, I've heard about Facebook. Ms. Belson?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's catching on.
I just wanted to thank you. I really appreciate all the work that y'all did and thinking outside the box with your events and trying to come up with different things. And I think it paid off because people were acknowledging and coming to Super Splash. And as anything, you learn as you go, as like you said, but I really appreciate your enthusiasm and kind of that that you guys got this year with promoting it perhaps a different way. And the intern thing, that was a very good, smart move.
Excellent. Anything else? Mr. Mark? Again?
Yeah, Katie, there's something I need to tell you, but I had to talk to your father today. And he said, told me to let you know that you need to take 2 more days off.
Mr. Asher?
Yes, as former aquatics director of the Old Raytown Swim Club, and having used that pool for 40 years, I really applaud such a creative team for what you did. It seems to me, and I can't tell you that I'm really an expert on the parks, but I would bet that that's the most comprehensive program put together for any single park that addresses a large number of individual groups, such as the handicapped or whatever they have, the older people too. Really good. Also, the fistful of free tickets that we gave away were specifically to be targeted to give to people that weren't going to the park, which I did. And in every single case that I gave those tickets, those people came back and had a very, very praising response to the park because they liked it. They liked the guards there. They liked the place. They all intended to go back again. Wanted to share that with you because I thought that was a great thing you did. And then lastly, I think there's probably a lot of other ideas out there that we can do for next year. I mean, it's obvious that you're very creative, and I got imagine you probably have more ideas. So thank you very much, and that park's very special to me personally. Thank you.
Ladies, again, I think you've heard the